Alexandra Eala strikes SEA Games gold at Bangkok 40 years after her mom won bronze there. The 20-year-old collected 3 medals after completing her pre-season. The 2025 WTA Tour season may have wrapped up in November, but Alexandra Eala had one more order of business to carry out on the tennis court following an expedited pre-season. Mission accomplished. In 1985, Eala's mother Riza Manyego Eala earned a bronze medal as a swimmer in the 100-meter backstroke at the Southeast Asian Games, SEA Games, in Bangkok. 40 years later, Manyego Eala returned to the Thai capital to watch her daughter carry on the family legacy in golden fashion at the 33rd edition. After serving as her nation's co-flag bearer at the opening ceremony and winning bronze in the team and mixed doubles events, the 20-year-old stood atop the podium Thursday. In dismissing local favorite Maninkaya Sawanki with a 6-1, 6-2 victory, Eala became the first Filipina singles player since 1999 to capture an SEA Games gold medal. "I'm so over the moon. To be able to bring this sort of pride to my country is something I've only dreamt about," Eala reflected with Olympics.com. "It's a very different field because this is something so unique to Southeast Asia, and it means something that a lot of people from Europe or America might not get. This has been something that people from my region look up to and dream about since they're young." Eala, now the holder of 6 SEA Games medals following the 3 bronze she collected as a 17-year-old in Hanoi, is coming off a breakthrough year. The Quezon City native broke the top 50 on the WTA rankings in an effort that saw her reach the Miami Open semifinals, contest her first tour-level final in Eastbourne and score a maiden Grand Slam main draw win at the U.S. Open over number 14 seed Clara Towson. A year after falling in the first round of Australian Open qualifying, Eala is set to complete her set of main draw major debuts in Melbourne come January. Her sophomore season will begin at the ASB Classic in Auckland. "I went straight from pre-season to this, so I haven't had a break in a couple of weeks. But it was worth it," she said. "This tournament definitely was one to prep me for Australia with the heat, so I'm excited." There are stories in sports that reach far beyond the lines of a court or the finish of a race, stories that ripple through generations, stitched together by courage, sacrifice, and unyielding dreams. Alexandra Eala's golden victory at the 2025 Southeast Asian Games in Bangkok is precisely such a story, a moment where history, heritage, and heart converged in the hot Thai sun to create something unforgettable. Gulf News. At just 20 years old, the Filipina tennis star delivered a breathtaking performance to claim the women's singles gold medal at the 33rd SEA Games, a milestone that resonated far beyond the scoreline. In a dominant 6-1, 6-2 win over Thailand's Maninkaya Sawanki, Eala not only silenced the home crowd with her poise and power, she ended a 26-year drought for the Philippines in SEA Games women's tennis singles and stood atop the podium where dreams are born and legends are made. Daily Guardian. But this triumph was more than a medal. It was a bridge between past and present, a moment where personal and national history met in a glorious crescendo. A family legacy, from backstroke bronze to tennis gold. To fully grasp the weight of Alexandra's achievement, one must zoom out and look at the history that shaped it. Her mother, Riza Manyego Eala, was no stranger to the sporting stage. In 1985, at the very same city, Bangkok, she claimed a bronze medal in the women's 100-meter backstroke at the SEA Games. It was a moment of pride in an era when Filipino athletes fought for recognition in the region's competitive aquatic events. Wikipedia. 40 years later, Alex returned to the Thai capital, not to swim, but to serve, rally, and conquer, demonstrating that the champion spirit can flow across disciplines and generations. In the crowd, her mother watched, a witness to her daughter fulfilling a dream that was once elusive. Gulf News. In the celebratory embrace after her victory, Alex tenderly handed her gold medal to her mother, a gesture that buzzed across social media and news outlets alike, encapsulating a moment of profound familial pride. It was a symbolic passing of the torch, from bronze in the pool to gold on the court, from one generation to the next. Gulf News. A breakthrough year, and a season of firsts. Alexandra Eala's triumph in Bangkok didn't happen in isolation. She arrived at the 2025 SEA Games riding the crest of one of the most remarkable seasons in Philippine tennis history. In 2025, Eala accomplished feats few Filipino players had ever achieved. She cracked the WTA Top 50, becoming the highest-ranked Filipino in the modern era. Via an Express International. She reached the semifinals of the Miami Open, toppling top players and announcing her presence on the global stage. Tennis.com. She contested her first WTA final at Eastbourne. Tennis.com. She recorded a maiden Grand Slam main draw win at the US Open, defeating a top-seeded opponent. ABCBN. Yet even with these accomplishments, the SEA Games gold carried a unique emotional weight. For athletes in Southeast Asia, the Games are more than another tournament. They are a cultural touchstone, a shared regional heartbeat where youth dreams intertwine with national pride. Full star. For Alex, the Games became both a capstone to her season and a launchpad for future aspirations, including a full slate of Grand Slam main draws and further breakthroughs on the World Tour. Full star. Tennis, identity, and national pride. What makes Alex's accomplishment particularly special is not only the medal itself, it's the fodder it provides for a larger conversation about identity, representation, and pride. The Philippines has a rich sporting history, but tennis has often remained on the margins compared to basketball, boxing, and swimming. Alexandra's rise has shifted that narrative. She's become a symbol of possibility, fueling the dreams of young athletes across the archipelago. Her SEA Games gold is not just a personal achievement, it's a national milestone, the country's third women's singles title in SEA Games tennis history after Pia Tamayo in 1981 and Mari Cris Fernandez in 1999. Daily Guardian. This victory also reflects the unique flavor of the SEA Games, a celebration where national flags, cultural pride, and athletic excellence intermingle in a colorful, passionate festival that unites the region. For many Filipino fans, seeing the flag raised to the tune of the national anthem at the Tennis Center in Bangkok was a stirring reminder of sport's power to unite and inspire. Full star. More than a medal, belonging, family, and fulfilled dreams. Stand back from the scoreboard for a moment and consider the human side of this achievement. Alexandra didn't just beat an opponent, she fulfilled a family legacy, honored her mother's past sacrifice, and created a memory that will live in the lore of Philippine sport.